What's up guys, I'm Josh Mosman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 216, presented by O'Neill Racing. This video, we're gonna look back at the Glendale Supercross and look ahead to this weekend's Tampa Supercross, where the 250 East Coast Championship will kick off. Let's dive into it. Getting into the 450 class first, things were exciting. Triple Crown always makes for an intense night of racing. Skip the heat races, go straight into the mains, and it was cool. Cooper Webb got the whole shot and he won the first main event of the night. Pretty funny, leading up to this, Cooper had done horrible at Glendale. He had an average finish of 7th place. So he always struggled on the hard pack, faster style tracks, and he went there and shut everyone up, really. Shut up the critics and went out and got first in the first main event of the night. And I can only imagine that the guys behind them were thinking, man, I wish everybody wouldn't have talked bad about Cooper, because it just fires him up and makes him go even stronger. So awesome to see him do well. That track was fast and I thought it was pretty exciting. Lots of triples, lots of quads, that massive triple over the start straight, 82 feet long. Even a couple 250 riders hit that, so that was really impressive. I also thought that the flat first turn was nice, but also the flat last turn, the turn before the finish line, made for some good passing opportunities. You don't see a lot of flat turns in Supercross, but riders were able to go around the outside, make moves, stick up the inside, make moves. It was a technical, challenging section and made for good racing all night. Now the big question also is the wall jumps. Now Ken Roczen was very vocal. He was not happy about the wall jumps in the post-race press conference, but I'm here to say, as a fan, it was exciting to watch those guys launch off those walls and make passes that way, gain time that way. One thing that was extremely impressive was Chase Sexton actually wheeling up onto the wall. You could see it when he made a mistake in the rhythm section and Aaron Plessinger and Malcolm Stewart got by him. You could see he turned into overdrive mode, just beast mode, and wheelied over the single, went around the outside of his teammate, and then quickly passed Malcolm Stewart back in the next straightaway. So that's the kind of all-out sprint speed that you don't see the riders do the entire main event. It's only in short bursts, and that was a burst where Chase Sexton made a mistake, lost 2 positions quickly, and made sure he did not let them have those positions. He took them right back. So Chase, that was really cool to see. Even Eli Tomac railing the outside in the sand sweeper turn and then turning the inside to a double in that sand sweeper turn. I thought the sand section worked out pretty good. Obviously Cooper Webb did well in the first one, but it wasn't his night for the overall win. It was him in second, with Chase Sexton getting the win, even though he didn't even win a main event the night. And Ken Roczen won the second main event, ended up 5th in the last one, and he scored the last spot on the podium, just edging out Eli Tomac and pushing him off of the podium. So also really impressed with Justin Hill. He ended up 6th overall, but he was pressuring Ken Roczen midway through some of those races, and it was cool to see him even pressuring Eli Tomac, not letting him by easily. So Justin Hill is on a roll, and I think he's going to be extra strong coming into Tampa this weekend. Of course, big bummer to see Jet Lawrence go out. He tore his ACL in that last main event of the night. Such a bummer to see him ride off the track, just like we saw with Eli Tomac in 2023 when he tore his Achilles and pulled off the track at the beginning of the main event in Denver. Jet Lawrence pulled off the track. He's gonna have ACL surgery. He's definitely missing the rest of Supercross and probably will miss the first couple outdoor rounds, but outdoors is to be determined. We know that Jet's gonna do everything he can to be back on the track by the opener so that he has a chance at winning that title, but it's gonna be a tough one coming back from an ACL. I've never had any serious knee injuries, but I'm sure people who are watching this video, a lot of you guys have had them, and they're no joke. ACL is something I never wanna have an issue with, so hoping the best for him in his recovery. And now it's up for grabs, this championship. He came in as the defending champion. Now it's up for grabs with Eli Tomac, Ken Roczen, Chase Sexton, Cooper Webb, all battling for wins and all battling at the front of the pack. One kind of crazy stat coming from our guy, Ben Bridges. This is the 5th time in Supercross history that Honda has won a Premier Class championship, and then they weren't able to back it up the year afterwards. Ben always loves bringing up cool stats like that and giving us cool information about the history of our sport to keep everybody up to date nowadays. The first time it happened was Donnie Hansen. He won the 82 championship, got injured, wasn't able to do it in 83. Rick Johnson won in 1988, wasn't able to do it in 89 after he got injured at Gainesville. Carmichael won in 03, wasn't able to back it up after a knee surgery for 2004. Of course, the last one was Chase Sexton in 2023 when he won the championship, and then in 2024 he moved to KTM. So now Jet Lawrence is on that list. It's been 8 years since we've had a back-to-back champion in the 450 Premier class. And the last guy to do it was Ryan Dungey, winning 2016 and 2017 championships back-to-back. Since then, it's been a flip-flop every year, so it's going to be up for grabs now. See who can get it, if it'll be Eli Tomac becoming a 3-time champion, Cooper Webb becoming a 3-time champion, Chase Sexton a 2-time champion, or even Jason Anderson could still do it and become a 2-time champion this year. So lots to look forward to, and really it's up to grabs now in the 450 class. Before we get into the winners and podium finishers of the 250 class, we gotta say congratulations to Billy Laninovich for qualifying for the main event at 41 years old. He broke his record of last year doing it at 40, now 41. He's in the main event at Glendale, so congratulations Billy and the SLR Honda team. Awesome to see. He spent a long time away from racing. Billy won the 2005 San Francisco Supercross on a CRF 250 20 years ago. He took a long hiatus away from racing, and now he's back on track and doing it for the vet riders, so really cool. And also good job to SLR Honda. They put Parker Ross in the main event as well, and he finished 9th. Awesome job. So Parker Ross, rookie in Supercross, doing such a good job, and cool to see a guy from Northern California doing well in the 250 class. We also got to say congratulations to Jordan Smith for grabbing the win on the Triumph TF250X, making it 4 different manufacturers at the first 4 rounds to win a 250 West Coast race. That's only the 3rd time in history that they've done that, with 4 different manufacturers at the first 4 rounds. So congratulations to Jordan, congratulations to Triumph, really impressive. Those guys didn't even start racing until the 250 East Coast Championship last year in AMA Supercross and Motocross. So to get a win already, and also for Jordan to get a win it's his 6th ever 250 Supercross win. He's 28 years old. Really impressive to see that for him, and cool to see a transition going from Yamaha to Triumph going so well so quickly for him. So awesome to see. Also congratulations to Cole Davies winning the first 2 main events, looking awesome doing it. It looked like he had it in the bag, and of course mistake on the last main event. Bad start, put you in a bad situation. It was actually Australian Brad West who doubled the triple and knocked the tough block out, and then he hit New Zealand's Cole Davies. So Australia versus New Zealand, unfortunately a little bit of Yamaha and Yamaha crime, and that happened at the first lap right off the start of the 3rd main event in the 250 class. Unfortunate for Cole Davies, but still fought his way up through the pack to get a 7th in the race and score a spot on the podium, so congratulations to him. Also stoked for my brother, rode awesome all night long. Really cool. Lit Pro has been doing some more stats on their Instagram, highlighting different segment times and just kind of picking apart the data throughout the race, and my brother scored the fastest average lap not lap time, but fastest average segment time through the whoops in all 3 main events in the 250 class. So that was pretty cool stat for him. Happy to see him rebuilding and getting stronger each weekend. So cool to see him fighting with Deegan, fighting with Beaumer, and yeah, crazy racing. Of course, Beaumer went down on the first lap of the first 2 main events, but he'll be back, and he's still got the points lead in the 250 West class as they go on a little break. Now it's time to switch gears and look ahead to the upcoming Tampa Supercross this weekend in Florida. Things are going to be exciting. The Tampa Supercross has only been on the schedule a few times recently. The first time in recent history was 2018. Before that, it was 1999 was the last time they raced there. But 2018, I actually raced the Supercross at Tampa that year. It was a crazy race, hot and humid during the day, especially for qualifying. I was racing a 250 in the 450 class on the East Coast rounds, kind of getting ready for the West Coast rounds to come back up, and it was a good experience for me. It didn't make the main event on the 250, and I was pretty far back in the 450 class on that 250, but it was fun, and it was a cool experience, and I'm happy to say that I did it. Tampa Supercross, I can tell you from experience, the dirt is actually super slippery there. It looks like it has a lot of traction. It's kind of a dark black dirt, but it's very slippery underneath, and they always have a massive sand straightaway. So when 2018, they had a gnarly rhythm section, left-handed bull turn into a deep sand rhythm section. It got extremely challenging throughout the day. I did press day. It was even gnarlier on press day because it was a little bit deeper, but it got broke in for race day and made for some crazy racing. It's almost like an enduro cross race when you're going through sand sections every lap, because it's just so unpredictable. It's so easy to lose time and make a mistake in there. So Every year Tampa's had some crazy sand section. 2018 was the first year it was really back on the schedule. They also raced there in 2020 and in 2023. We have a lot of footage here from 2023 when Cooper Webb and Chase Sexton were battling at the front of the pack. Chase Sexton went down and allowed the main event win to go to Cooper Webb that year, and it really shows you every year challenging gnarly sand straightaways at Tampa, and this year is no different. We have 2 sand sections at the upcoming 2025 Tampa Supercross. Yep, we do have it again. The sand straightaway, it's gonna be gnarly, it's gonna be crazy, and then even after the finish line, there's a sand left-handed turn. So the rest of the track looks fairly simple, 9 whoops, but you are hitting this whoop section before the sand section. So kind of 2 really challenging sections that are gonna take all your muscle power and all your mental power to get through those. So looking at the points, Chase Sexton has a 2-point gap on Ken Roczen coming into this weekend. He's got a 9-point gap on Eli Tomac, and he has a 10-point gap on Cooper Webb coming into this round at Tampa this weekend. So things are exciting. They're still tight at the front of the pack entering into round 5. Of course, this weekend also is the new coming weekend for 250 East Coast riders, and we're gonna have 2 defending champions going head to head this weekend. That's only the 3rd time in history. Also thanks to Ben Bridges for giving us the stat on this one. Only the 3rd time in history that 2 defending champions from the 250 East and West Coast series are actually gonna race head to head the following season. So RJ Hampshire won the 250 West Coast Championship last year. Tom Vialle won the East Coast Championship last year. They're going head to head this weekend and all throughout the 250 East Coast series. Also, we have Austin Forkner representing Triumph this weekend. He was supposed to race 250 West. J-League Swole, he was supposed to race 250 East. Then with that injury, J-League Swole ended up having to bow out of the year. Achilles injury, he's definitely not racing Supercross this year. Hopefully he joins back for outdoors. So J-League Swole being injured, that caused Triumph to move things around. They put Styles Robertson on the West Coast, they put Austin Forkner on the East Coast, and now Austin will be the only 250 rider for Triumph racing this weekend at Tampa. Honda, unsure if Chance Hymas will be racing this weekend or not. Be sure to stay tuned to motocrossactionmag.com for updates on that. He'll be making a late decision as he's recovering from an ACL injury. So hope to have him on the track this weekend, but we're not really expecting it. Maybe a little bit later in the 250 East Coast Championship. But either way, before you place your MXA Fantasy League picks, be sure to check out our website. Also, Gas Casey Cochran was supposed to represent Gas this weekend. We haven't heard an official word yet, but we don't think he'll be on the track this weekend. Star Racing, they're going to have a big team with Nate Thrasher, Max Anstey, Daxton Bennick, and Pierce Brown. 4 riders from Star Racing Yamaha. All sound like they're healthy and ready to go for this weekend. Pro Circuit, they got Levi Kitchen, who had that illness before Anaheim won. He did free practice at A1, didn't even line up for time qualifying. And so he's still eligible. He'll be racing 250 East. So Levi Kitchen, Seth Hammaker, and Cameron McAdoo will represent for Pro Circuit Kawasaki this weekend. Other than that, Tampa Supercross coming up quick. It's going to be an exciting one. Be sure to get your MXA Fantasy League picks in, but also don't get them in too early. Maybe wait until qualifying is done and then place your picks. Just don't forget, because the picks close 30 minutes before the night show starts. So MXA Fantasy League, we gave away $500 to a Chirby's last weekend to the winner of the Glendale Supercross. His username was Dangus, and he won $500 to a Chirby's. So that's more than enough money to get your bike freshened up and looking good. This weekend, we're giving away an Arai VX Pro 4 helmet. So a brand new helmet to Arai. They got some sweet new designs this year. A lot of guys are running Arai. Benny Bloss, Mitchell Oldenburg, I believe Marshall Welton, Hunter Yoder, he's looking cool in it, and he's been doing well in the 250 West Coast Series. So Arai, giving away an Arai helmet this weekend to the MXA Fantasy League app. It's free to download and free to play, and this year the MXA Fantasy League is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. You can use code MX20 to save 20% when you check out onyxoffroad.com. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you notice this video quality isn't as good as normal, it's because our guy Trevor Nelson got a concussion last week riding with us, and unfortunately he's down and out. So I'm trying to give him some time off, edit the video myself. We'll see how it comes out. Thank you guys for watching. Wish Trevor to get well soon in our comments. Also let us know in the comments what you think about wall jumps. I thought they were pretty cool at Glendale. Riders don't think they're as cool. Lots of sand coming up this weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you at Tampa.